Okay, my WebQuest is on the Oregon Trail, and it is geared for 4th graders. And they're going to be in groups of 4, and they're going to put themselves in the shoes of pioneers that traveled it. And there's going to be 4 different jobs. And their job is each of the members are going to have certain research that they're going to have to do. And at the end of it, they're going to compile a guidebook that's going to be for future travelers that has some helpful tips and warnings. So each of the member roles, there's the trail guide, supplies master, historian, and doctor, and each role is vital to the group's survival and traveling outcome, and it also, each one can find some great tips for future travelers. So the first one is the trail guide, and they're going to be the navigator for their wagon trail, so it's very important that they take their role seriously. They can print out a U.S. map, and they're going to look at these 2 links and determine what route they're going to take. And they also are going to mark some historic sites along the trail. And this link has some interesting information about those. And they're also going to write a 1-page journal entry and answer these questions. And again, there's some links for the reference. And they're also going to make a postcard to send back home to their neighbor who wasn't able to make the journey. So next is the supplies master, and they are going to be in charge of keeping track of supplies and making sure that there's enough supplies to last their journey. They're also going to be in charge of the budget. Each group is going to have $700 that will have to last until they make it to San Francisco. They're going to draw the diagram of their wagon, label the parts. Here's some links for that. They're going to decide what items they can't live without, and maybe some family heirlooms that they can't leave behind. And then there's a lot of the stuff they're going to have to leave back home. So here's some links for that. They're also going to use this page, they can print it out, to decide what items will be purchased before they leave in Independence. They're also going to write a letter to their uncle who is unable to make the trip and tell him about the hardships of their job and the highlights from their trip. So next is the historian, and they're going to be in charge of documenting a lot of the things that they see on the trail. They're going to document the animals that they see, and they're going to sketch them, include some tips on how to avoid danger. They're going to provide suggestions on best times to hunt, maybe some popular recipes, and some tips on what to expect when encountering Native Americans along the trail. So again, there's links for all those to do research. So now last is the doctor, and they will be in charge of keeping a log of the illnesses and injuries encountered along the trail. This is a page that they can print out. There's also some links. They're going to record some helpful remedies that were used to treat common illnesses, along with remedies that didn't work. They are also going to suggest some medicines to travel with, warn travelers about symptoms, warn them of the warning signs of deadly illnesses and diseases and ways to prevent them. They're also going to write about some of the leading causes of death along the trail, since there were 1 in 10 travelers that didn't make it all the way out west, and they're going to write about the different burial methods. So there is the rubric that is used to grade, and there is also the conclusion. And after each group has finished their own individual research, each group is going to be given a 12 by 12 scrapbook, and they're going to organize their notes and drawings. And when you click on this link, there's a page of contents that they need to have in the guidebook, and that includes all the parts for each member. And here is the teacher page, and it also includes what should have been accomplished. It includes the California state content standards that were met in this project. So that's my WebQuest. I hope you enjoyed it.